Welcome loves to my YouTube channel. My name is VassaOlga. In today's video we're going to be talking about shitty products. I know it's going to be a tough one. Not only like shitty products, we're going to be talking about some products that are not working alone. They have to be complemented with other products. And I really want to share some of these tips because when I was around like 16, I had to improvise a lot. We didn't have really cool makeup. We didn't have as many options as I have right now. That's why I had to work with minimum products but get maximum out of them. If you're interested how I could pull this off, then please stay tuned and let's get started. So the first one that I'm going to be talking about is, for example, you have some bronzer. This one is a very sunkissed bronzer from MUA Makeup Academy. It's very beautiful. I really love it, but it's really dark. So the color is extremely dark. The best way to do that is to use some brush. Of course, you're going to grab a little bit of the product, and I know that the undertone might be a little bit different for your skin tone and complexion. Look at this. It looks like extra. It looks a little bit darker than my skin tone. So look at that. It gives like the feeling that we have too much color on, and it's like it looks off. That is the main reason what I really love to do. I'm gonna grab some blush and then I'm gonna place it over, so it's gonna tone down this shade a little bit. You can use any blush that you love and you feel like working for you. I'm gonna use the same brush and then get this blush all over my cheekbone. So look at this. It's given like instantly. It's given a little bit different undertone, the one that might actually suit your complexion a little bit more. And it does look a little bit better. So it feels better, it looks better, but still a little bit off. The next thing that I'm gonna be doing is go into the setting spray. And I'm gonna use setting spray to fix all this makeup, to lock these powders. And then over my setting spray, I'm going with this beauty blender, any setting spray. I'm very generous with this product. Look at this. With the help of this wet beauty blender and my setting spray, we're toning everything down, and this product is literally working for me right now. So it doesn't look off. It feels like that's the perfect shade for my complexion. Look at this. The difference is huge. It's major, and that's the way how I make some very bright powders work for me, because when I set them, I dab with a beauty blender and it's taking off some extra shade. Then I'm going to be going to a little bit different routine primer. For example, you have some primer that doesn't really work for your skin. It doesn't really want to work with any products that you do apply over your foundations. So what I have, this is Hello Good Stuff Essence Primer. It's a little bit hard to work with this primer, and I was thinking, how can I implement this product so it's gonna give me everything that I need from primer but still work with other products. And you know this trick where I grab a little bit of the primer, I'm transferring this over my powders, my foundation. Look at this. It's so smooth, it's so subtle with all the powders, with all this shimmer, and it's gonna lock your makeup for good. Another really great hack that I have like this really cool lipstick. This one is from Sephora, and for example, I have this like red lipstick from NYX. These lipsticks are good. The quality is great. I love how they look on my lips. But the only problem is that I love red, but it looks so bright, it looks really off. As well as this pink color from Sephora. I love it, but the main problem is that the shade is literally off. I guess it's too probably cool for my complexion, or maybe it's too warm. I don't know, it's not giving the vibes that I want to go for. That's why I try to implement this lipstick underneath my eyes. What I do, you know this trick with a blush underneath your eyes, but what I do, I'm gonna grab a little bit and place it like right here underneath my eyes. Of course, I should do this before my powders and foundation and whatever, but I try not to set my under eye area with lots of powders. That's why I guess we can implement that and make it work. If you're into some new techniques, then you can try matte lipsticks that have no gloss. That is the main reason why you can try to implement some of these products that are not working for your lips into your foundation routine. If we're talking about this red lipstick, the best way to implement some colors that I really like, and of course it's not going to work for my under eye area, that is the main reason why I combine this lipstick with different shades and colors. For example, I have a lipstick from Makeup Revolution. This is like probably the worst lipstick that you can have. It's super dry, it's super patchy on your lips, and it's like it's given a lot of weird spots everywhere, and of course it's not working for me, especially it's dry. That is the main reason why I can mix it with this formula. The formula is very good. I love this NYX formula. So when I combine these two shades, it's gonna give me a little bit, like it's gonna tone down redness, but it's gonna give the moisture that this formula needs. For example, you have very bright colors like red or maybe this lip gloss, but at the same time you have some dark formulas. They're really dry over your lips. They're just like leaving a lot of stains, and you're like, okay, so how do I work with this lipsticks? And this lipsticks and lip gloss is really bright. I use this Revlon lip gloss, the one that I sort of inherited from my cousin. She told me that she just can't use, it's too bright for her lips and she can't wear it anywhere else but some parties, but she doesn't really visit a lot of parties. That's why she just gave it to me. And I was thinking like, okay, it's a little bit bright for me as well, so how can I implement this in my routine? And there, like, it comes handy, this really bright, beautiful lipsticks that are like where the formula is dry and not working for me. I combine these. You can check out some of my shorts where I used these lipsticks, and on top of them I use a lip gloss, and it's so good. First of all, it gives the moisture, it gives the glossiness to your lips. It's not dry anymore, and the lipsticks underneath, they're given enough coverage, enough darkness, so it's gonna tone down the brightness of the lip gloss. Same goes with this lipstick from NYX. If you don't really like it, you can combine this with different concealers, or you can use, for example, some lipstick with dark color underneath and or like on the sides, and then with this bright red, you can play and you just add a little bit in the center of the lip. So, and if you still feel like it's a little bit dark or it's a little bit bright for you, you can tone down everything with like very soft colors, or even concealer is going to work absolutely fine. You can play some lip gloss. Clear lip gloss is going to work really well with this routine and combinations, and that's something that I really love. I'm going to carry on with the rest of my lipsticks because I have one from MUA Makeup Academy. I really love the color. It's so beautiful. It's so soft, but it's really dry for my lips. Look at this. I'm gonna apply the color. But the worst problem with this lipstick is that it's so dry. The formula is very dry that it's so uncomfortable to wear that. Though sometimes I still wear this lipstick because I love the color. I have a lot of lipsticks from Makeup Revolution. I bought them as a set. And I can tell you that they have very beautiful colors. They're like different. But as soon as I apply this lipstick, first of all, it's coming off easily. It's coming through, like the lips are coming through the color, and it wipes off, like it leaves some marks. Like it's not working. Like that. It's not completely matte. It has some color. But as soon as you apply this over your lips, you just don't really get this even color. You have like a small spot here, a small spot there. That's why what I do, I use this lipsticks on top of matte dry formulas that are really uncomfortable on my lips. So what I do, I'm gonna use this lipstick. It's given moisture that I need. Of course, it's gonna change the color a little bit, but it's not going to be as uncomfortable as it used to be. And another trick that I've learned, that if you have another dry lipstick, for example, I have one from Karl Lagerfeld, it's given some spots like when you eat, when you drink, it's living like, even if you don't really eat or drink, it's still going to have some weird spots of your skin. Your skin is going to come through in probably 1 hour, maybe a little bit less. That's why I try to top it with something bright. So for example, you have very bright lipsticks. It goes as well as with like NYX red color. So for example, you can use something very bright. That's why you can top it with something less bright, let's say. If we are talking about some sort of problems when your like for example, brown concealer isn't working for you, and I have one from e.l.f. Cosmetics. I actually use this one sometimes to sculpture and contour my face. I use this e.l.f. contour, not even contour, but concealer. It's good, but sometimes it's too bright and it's a little bit orangey. So what I do instead of my primer, let me get it a little bit like here. It's very pigmented, that's why you don't really need that much color. I'm gonna use like a small dot, and you can apply this concealer as your base and it's gonna be very pretty with other shades. At first, it's gonna be a little bit sticky, so it's a great start for some eyeshadows that are not getting over lids. I have a concealer. This one is from Maybelline, and I know that a lot of people love this concealer, but it doesn't really work for me. It's too thick for my under eye area. Immediately starts creasing. That is the main reason why I use it as my primer. For this thick formula, it's like almost perfect. I actually tried, I did a review of this concealer and used it as my primer, eye primer, instead of my NYX primer, and it actually worked really well. That's another way. If you feel like some formula is too thick for under eye area, then use it as a base, like eyelid base. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit. Hi guys, unfortunately I have to film the outro right now. I'm editing the video and it turned out to be really long, and unfortunately I can't just cut out most of this information because I am describing a lot, and every single time I want to cut something off, it's just drastically changing the meaning of the video, the meaning of the product, the meaning how to apply this product, and so on and so forth. That is the main reason why I'm going to do this as my part 1, and for my part 2 I'm going to show you the rest of the video. So just check out the part 2 a little bit later.